Breathing in, breathing out. No more breath to shout, just a gasp. Americlan scarcity models forged this fiery path. Mama Earth burning, $1 a day inmate fireworkers to gentrification out of our towns, spaces, and centers. We living in forests when we used to live in the bay. Breathing in, breathing out. No more energy to get through the day. No more breath left to shout. Unhoused fire victims don't even make the count. Now we got more marginally housed poor folks, fire victims living in tents. The wealth hoarders have made it impossible to afford any place to rent. We are done in Walmart parking lots, still thinking Trump is the one. Migrante indígena, poverty scholar families afraid to even come. Already unhoused people exposed to air filled with smoke, filled with poison. This time is now. Radical redistribution, enacted interdependence is how. We gonna breathe, not just one of us, but all of us, and live and see a new integrated day. No more time to hoard resources, buy or sell Mama Earth. Open up your unused rooms, garages, your farms, your vacation homes. Stop all this war over ownership and turf. Give away your third and fourth cars. Support the Po Mamas reparation funds, the Bank of Community Reparations. Help homefulness projects live everywhere. This is it, fam. We in this state of emergency, and it's called our 21st century life. And while we pray, the only antidote to all this strife is radical redistribution of your life. Today's podcast from a poverty scholar is dedicated to all my fellow poverty scholars who were barely housed before the fires in Califas Aslan and are now struggling to even stay in a tent. To unhoused folks across the bay now facing the dangerous exposures of particulates and who don't have what I call the privilege of privacy or coverage. Specifically, the people who lost homes and lives were gentrification refugees already pushed out of urban areas, already marginally housed, already holding on by a thread. It is why we at Poor Magazine work so hard on our de-gentrification efforts, helping people to stay where we are, in our towns, cities of origins, because once we evicted, we don't disappear. We move into poor people's suburbs, or exurbs as they have been called, further and further away from services, further and further into fear, further and further away from networks and the people who care about us and the support that we need to survive. We end this time for radical redistribution of resources. And there are direct things people can do. Examples of radical redistribution range from buying masks, water, making healing tea, and distributing to unhoused folks on the street, and unhoused folks in the towns and cities impacted by these fires. Or supporting projects like Mask Oakland, which are giving masks out across the bay. All the way up to buying land for folks so they can launch their own homefulness projects. Giving your excess cars, boats, RVs that actually work so folks can live in them. And or redistributing your inherited, stolen, and hoarded wealth to folks who actually need it. It is why we have created the Bank of Community Reparations, which includes the Po Mamas Reparation Funds to give directly to poor families, cars, money, land, housing, and the Tech Reparations Fund to folks who are victims of displacement and ongoing war on the poor. Different forms of redistribution for different folks. Elders in Chico and Woolsey and Paradise might need rides to the hospital, help getting medicine and teas and support of whatever they need. Maybe opening your homes, extra rooms that you don't use. your backyards, so they're stable places to put up their tents, sharing your time if you're able, and your bodies if you can. We are in this time. Mama Earth is struggling. Fires are burning, and there is no more time for hoarding. Radical unhoarding is necessary. Ungentrifying, unevicting, unbuying, unselling. It all matters. It all matters. To learn more about the Bank of Community Reparations, you can email poormag@gmail.com to help you learn and enact radical redistribution and interdependence. Consider coming to the next session of People School, held January 25th and 6th in the stolen, occupied villages of Huichin. And if you're already doing all this work, thank you for your loving heart, for your loving time, and for your deep consciousness. Staying in prayer for Mama Earth and all of us. Ashe Ho Omateo.